Hey guys, I'm Rose here and welcome to episode 7 part 2, which is Militia. In the next episodes I will not say this, just look at the title and explain everything, which path it is. As you already saw, I talked to Rangaru, installed gold from Jura, one of the merchants in the marketplace. He's running away. Do not worry about him, he will stop at a certain point. So let's talk to the guys here.
How's your duty?
These boys swing their swords like farmers, but when I'm done with them, every single one of them will be a tough, hard bastard.
I want to join the militia.
So, are you a citizen of the town?
No.
Then Lord Andre won't take you. Sure, you can talk to him, but I don't think he'll make an exception for you.
What's it like with the militia?
Lord Andre is our commander now. The militia used to report to the governor. He had no idea what we do here. But Lord Andre knows what he's doing. He takes good care of the men. Everyone who starts here gets some decent armor and a good weapon. And there are bonuses if you've done a good job. He pays a bounty for every criminal captured.
Can you also train me in sword fighting?
Lord Andre has ordered that we train everyone who is in a position to defend the city. But that's only true for combat training. All other kinds of training are reserved for the militia. Can you at least halfway handle a weapon?
I think so.
Alright, you can start when you're ready.
What are the advantages of one- or two-handed weapons?
Quite simple. With a one-handed weapon, you're faster. That can be a considerable advantage in battle. Two-handed weapons are more ponderous. You have to fight with foresight, but you can do a lot more damage when you're hit.
Where should I start, with one-handed or two-handed weapons?
That's entirely up to you. If you specialize in only one type of weapon, you automatically learn the other at the same time. If, for instance, you're good at fighting with one-handed swords, but still a beginner with two-handed weapons, your two-handed skills will go up as well whenever you train with a one-hand.
Interesting
In
to
that
know.
case, the training is more exhausting than if you train with both types of weapons. Just start and you'll soon see what I'm talking about.
Didn't want to do that, that's why I skipped it. Sorry about that. Well, God, let's talk to Lord Andre.
You must be the new fellow who has caused the trouble here in the city.
Yeah.
It is one thing if you brawl with
That's
the rabble
because
in the
of
harbor,
violence
but when
evil.
you attack citizens or the king's
Not
soldiers,
kind of
I must
stuff
bring you to
happens,
justice.
so just read about
Let
it.
you get away with it. Soon, everyone here will do whatever he wishes. So, you will pay an appropriate penalty, and the matter will be forgotten.
How much?
50 gold pieces.
Alright.
I want to pay the penalty.
Good. I shall see to it that everyone in the city learns of it. That will restore your reputation to some degree.
I've got an important message for Lord Hagen.
Well, you stand before one of his men. What is this about?
Let's see, what should I pick? Second one.
The hosts of orcs are led by
I know that the armies of the orcs are growing ever stronger. You don't have to tell me that, is what you wish to report to Lord Hagen. He would tear your head from your shoulders if you wasted his time with such stories. And I'm sure that you're clever enough to know that for yourself. So, what is this really about?
It's about a sacred artifact, the Eye of Innos.
The Eye of Innos. I have never heard of it, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. If there truly is an artifact of this name, only the highest members of our order would know anything about it. In any case,
That's why I have to talk to Lord Hagen himself.
Lord Hagen receives only paladins, or those who are in the service to paladins. It is beneath his dignity to waste his time with members of the common folk.
I want to take up service with the paladins.
Good. I can well use every able man here, no matter what his reasons for joining us. If you place yourself in the service of the paladins, I shall help you get an audience with Lord Hagen. However, I have my orders only to accept citizens of the town into the militia. My commander is afraid that spies or saboteurs could sneak in. He wants to limit the risks this way. Therefore, you must first be a citizen of the town. Whether this rule makes sense or not is disputable, but orders are orders.
Is there a faster way to join you?
Let's do this because it will give you an extra
Really
quest.
serious about this, aren't you? Good. Listen, I have a problem. If you solve it for me, I shall see to it that you are accepted into the militia. But the most important thing is, you must not breathe a word of it to anyone.
What's your problem?
Recently, there have been a number of thefts in the city. Thus far, we have not been able to capture anyone. The thieves are simply too skillful. The scum know their business. I'm sure that we're dealing with an organized gang. It would not amaze me if there were a thieves guild in Corinus. Find the leaders of the gang and hunt them down. Then I shall see to it that you are accepted into the militia.
Well, Lord Hunter, if I find them, I will not kill them, just check.
You must say nothing.
Because they get quests.
Where should I start looking for the thieves?
If I knew that, I'd go there myself. I can only tell you this much. We recently turned the entire harbor district upside down and found nothing. Absolutely nothing. People there are not very talkative, particularly if you wear the armor of a paladin. But you are an outsider. They will not distrust you so quickly. You could ask around the harbor first, but be careful. If the people there realize that you are working for the paladins, you will learn nothing.
Why are you paladins in town?
The goals of our mission are secret. I can only tell you that there is no danger for the citizens of the town. You need not worry.
I'm not worried.
What should I do once I've found one of the thieves?
If it's a matter of a lackey, a henchman, or some small fry, it would be best if you avoid a fight. You should rather come to me and report. I shall then see to it that the fellow winds up behind bars. The city guard could intervene in an open battle, and you would not have the opportunity of explaining to them what is going on. Furthermore, there is a bounty for every rotten apple you put behind bars. However, if you locate the leader's hideout, well, then you probably won't be able to avoid a fight.
What should I expect with the militia?
Let me make one thing clear. To be a soldier of the militia means much more than strolling through the city in a uniform. It is a dirty and even bloody job. Once you are one of us, a great deal of work will be waiting for you. But it is worth it. Besides the pay, you might someday have the chance of becoming a holy warrior of Vinos.
Also known as a paladin.
About those missing people. Just leave me alone with that. I've got other problems.
Right. Let's talk, not talk to me. Also, talk to me. I'm gonna, yeah, in any case, got the bear, a few bolts, yeah, which would be handy if I got myself a crossbow. Another bolt, another one, and that's about it. Alright. I don't think I've got anything. The reason I do this is because, one of the bandits escaped. I'm not really certain if this was the one, or the mercenary one, or the novice one. Probably not the novice. But, the reason I check this is because in one of those two, one bandit has simply vanished. And he's not here, so that either means he's dead, or that this is not the part where that happened. Doesn't really that matter. And now I know for certain that he ain't there with the militia part, so. Ooh, almost forgot plan here. I know I don't talk a lot, but that's because I don't got a good microphone just yet, and there's this ruse, I think you would call it, coming from my camera or boxes, not really certain, but it messes up the commentary a bit. Anyways, I'm now going to force the letter on Sarah, and of course first by the arrows, because I can use them, and then I'll put a letter on her. The reason I do this is because in this part I will become a militia, of course, and then you have to get a good reputation in the city. So what I'm really going to do is force the letter on her that Kansar gave me, and then I'll just throw Sarah into jail. So yeah, it took me quite a bit because I found this interesting ring, which is nice, which gives me extra HP. But I'm now going to report Sarah to Lord Andre, just because I cannot risk Kansar to be in jail because he will hurt my reputation quite a bit. So that's the reason why I throw Sarah in jail, because I'm a corrupted guard.
Sarah is selling weapons to Onar.
Sarah? The weapons merchant in a marketplace? Do you have proof of that?
She has a letter in her pocket which details the delivery of arms to him.
She won't get away with that. I shall have her arrested.
Really weird. How should you know that if you didn't foist the letter on her? Really doesn't make sense, but like, she's in jail, Kansar is happy. There's a little section around the corner just about here. It contains gold, of course, and just open it later when you have the chance. Now let's talk to Rango here.
Hey, what do you want from me? Huh?
You stole from Jorah in broad daylight, and he even saw you do it. So I've come to tell you that you're a lousy thief, and that
You better give me a gold.
you had better hand over Jorah's gold now.
Here's the dough, man! But now let me go! I'll never do it again!
I should turn you into the militia.
What else do you want? I've got nothing left. Let me go, then!
I'll see to it that you are put behind bars.
Oh, I don't want any more trouble.
Since he is of no use to me,
Hey, be careful,
this
though.
is the only way
My
that will
friends are not
give
gonna
me
like
a
what
little
you're
bit of
pulling
profit.
here.
So I'm gonna throw him in jail, but not just yet, of course, because I want to check if I'm in the militia, that will give me a bonus. Just search the roof here, there's a couple of leather sachets here, a HP potion, a pinch, do not really know what's that for, but everything helps, and also honey, which is nice. I mostly forget this because I don't like walking on the roofs. I'm not Santa Claus. Well, I should say in the Netherlands, Sinterklaas, but yeah, it's something like a Christmas, only then on December the 5th, and it's really pathetic, but what the hell. He walks on roofs, and it's quite odd really with a horse, but child stories, you know what I'm saying? Of course it's not real, but it's an event that we have to lie about to children and kids of younger age that still believes in it. So I'm gonna jump down here and talk to the shipbuilder.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I'm building a ship because I want to get out of here as fast as I can. But the way it looks right now, this ship will never be finished.
Why are you in such a hurry?
Soon the orcs will come and burn down the city.
What makes you think that?
Boy, have you noticed the paladins running around everywhere? Why do you think they're here? I tell you, they're here because the orcs will attack soon, and that won't be pretty.
Can I help you somehow?
Not really.
Yes, you can. Find out what the paladins are planning. I want to know why they're here. and I have to know if the orcs will attack and how far from the city they are. One of the bastards was even seen outside the city. Just bring me all the information.
This is the guy I talked about in my previous part that wanted information.
I've got some information about the orcs.
Let's hear it.
They're stuck in the Valley of Mines, and it looks like they're going to stay there. To be on the safe side, the paladins are guarding the pass.
Good. If you find out more, let me know.
As to that orc outside of town,
Yes?
don't worry about him. The city guard is going to take care of him.
Good. If you find out more, let me know.
What's going on at the harbor?
The orcs are breathing down our necks and you're asking about the harbor?
I only wanted to...
Do you see any orcs here? I don't.
There aren't enough ships in the harbor to get us out of here. To be honest, there's only one ship here, and that belongs to the paladins. They certainly won't let us get out of here with that.
What? I only... Why can't you finish your ship?
Oh, we have thousands of problems. The hull still isn't stable, and it's still missing a lot of boards. But I have hardly any gold left to buy new material with, and the last delivery had bugs in it. My boys don't work productively. One wants a fast ship above all else, the other one is worried about the figurehead. As if we didn't have more important things to do. Also, one of my people is simply not showing up for work anymore. I'm beginning to fear that this will delay the construction even more.
You're one worker short?
Yes, his name is Monty. He's vanished into thin air. That lazy pig is probably living the high life on a farm somewhere. I should never have paid him in advance.
When was the last time you saw Monty?
He hasn't bothered to show up for work for at least 2 days.
I've heard that other people have gone missing too.
Just what I'm saying. That's where the evil starts. Farron, the fisherman, told me something similar. His buddy William is no longer around. I bet that the orcs are behind all this.
What do the orcs want with human slave?
He's a
That
fisherman.
is stupid.
I think that his hut is near the provision store of the Paladin, but I don't know for sure.
Now let's talk to our
I must
body
be crazy.
boss.
What are you doing here?
My
Hey,
business.
Lares, you old scoundrel, how did you get here?
I was able to escape to the Valley of Mines just in time, together with Lee and some of the other boys. You remember Lee, don't you?
Of course I remember the
Of course
wank.
I remember Lee.
I got out of the colony with him then, just after the barrier was destroyed. He and his boys are now on the farm of Onar, the landowner.
What noticed me, I noticed that also in my mercenary part, but I didn't say it in the commentary, is that I didn't get the 1000 experience, which I was supposed to be, because I sneaked by past the guards. The reason I think this happened is because I've been to the outside city and back in, and then the guards adjusted me, so I think it wasn't a smart move. I did it with all 3 parts, already have them on my computer, and it's really saddened, but if you come into the city, just walk directly to Lares, and you will get the 1000 experience. Sadly it didn't work for me, so I'm missing quite a bit of experience, but that doesn't really matter for me, because I got other methods to get myself some nice experience.
I think I'd better take it there myself. But you could come with me. Only, I can't leave here at the moment. I need to keep an eye on the harbor.
What exactly do you do here at the harbor?
I can't talk about that. Vatras would have my head.
Come on.
I need your help.
And what exactly were you thinking of?
Weapons would
I
be
need a
nice.
better weapon.
There's nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid. Have you tried the marketplace?
What about some better armor?
Armor?
Mateo sells armor, but he'll probably charge you an arm and a leg for it. There is a way you could get it cheaper, though, if you don't mind.
This is one of the different ways how to get armor by sleeping spell from Zerus the More merchant thing. And you can put the guard to sleep, but that's now not how I did it. Just watch episode 3.1, 2 or 3, doesn't really matter. But I did it differently and got it for free.
Don't we all? Sorry,
this
but
one is handy because you will give, you make sure that Lamar will give you up to 200 gold pieces without having to return.
Lamar in the harbor district, where it borders on the lower part of town.
So I will do that later as well.
Tell me what you know.
The first was William, one of the fishermen here in Corinthus. One day, he simply didn't return. At first, we thought that one of those sea monsters out there had eaten him in his boat for breakfast. But not too long afterwards, other people started disappearing from the town and the surroundings. Pretty random events, though. Everyone's at a loss so far. The way it looks, we'll just have to wait until we finally stumble across a clue.
Isn't this a case for the militia?
The militia is pretty useless, if you ask me. They're never going to clear this up. The missing people have just vanished into thin air.
I agree.
I must talk to the paladins by any means.
What do you want from them?
They've got a powerful amulet, the Eye of Innos. I must have it.
And you think they'll give it to you? You'll never get into the upper end of town.
Do you know why the paladins are here?
Nobody knows for sure. Lots of people think it's because of the orcs, but I think there's another reason. It probably has something to do with the old penal colony.
Yes, it does.
Vatras
penal colony is, of course, the Valley of Mines.
Getting tired of being the underdog, are you? All right, I see your point. I can exert my influence with the mercenaries if you want to join me. And I'm sure we can find a way to get you into the monastery soon. But the easiest thing would certainly be for you to join the militia. Which community do you prefer?
Oh, what a glorious thing. That's exactly what I wanted to do.
Yes, I can imagine you'd like that, eh? Read the law to other people while you're pocketing their purses. The paladins have set up their provision store by the harbor. Their provisions master is a good friend of mine. Maybe he can do something for you. His name is Martin.
Oh, thank you, mate.
So what's your business with Vatras?
I've got this little agreement with the water mages, you see.
What kind of an agreement?
We work for them, and they see to it that our past in the penal colony doesn't get us into trouble.
You're talking about the Ring of Water?
You've heard of it?
Vatras told me about it.
You might have mentioned that right away.
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
The ring is to the water mages what the paladins are to the fire magicians. But, unlike the paladins, we operate in the background. The ring is a mighty weapon in the battle against the dangers that threaten the people of Corinthus. But this only works as long as we keep the identity of all those secret who belong to the Ring of Water. So keep this to yourself.
Sure.
I will. Thank you.
I want to join the Ring of Water.
That's fine with me. But the decision about whether you will be accepted or not lies with the water mages alone.
Why?
What did you do to impress the water mages?
I protected them for a long time when we were still living with the barrier. And they have plenty of reason to be grateful to me.
What's it like to belong to the Ring?
We are very different from the usual communities you can join here in Corinthus. Once you're one of us, we're not going to ask anything of you that you are not ready to do. The only thing we truly require of you is to keep quiet. We work in secret and do not want to let outsiders know who our members are. We shall keep an eye on you. Everything else remains to be seen.
I see. Tell me more about Lee and his mercenaries.
What do you want to know?
How do I find the landowner's farm?
It's quite simple. You leave the seaport by the east gate and then follow the path towards the east. I can take you there if you want.
Tell me more about the mercenaries.
Well, if you're as tough as you were back then, you shouldn't have any problems with them. Most of them are ruffians,
I'm not
and if you
as
can't
tough as
stand
I
up to
was
them,
back
you
then,
won't get
exactly.
far. If you're squeamish, you don't have a chance of joining them.
Why aren't you with Lee and his mercenaries?
But I am, just not on the farm. You could say I'm our outpost in the city. We don't want the ship to sail without us.
What ship were you talking about?
It's on the open sea harbor, behind the cliffs. Lee and a few of his people really want to get away from here. But that could take a while.
Why?
You'd better ask Lee about that. If you meet him, he's got plans.
Alright, I'll talk to him later.
Do you know anything about a thieves' guild in town?
The questions you ask. Of course, there's a thieves' guild here, just like in every big city. And every petty pickpocket or fence is probably connected to it somehow.
Do you know where I can find the thieves' guild?
No offense, but even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you anything. These people usually react
Come
very
on, it's
sensitively
because
to
of me
things
you're
like that.
free.
If you want to get involved with them, you should be very careful.
Can you teach me
I'm
something?
free.
Sure. I can help you become
I'm
stronger.
not really
and
the
more
dexterous
dexterous.
person when I'm joining the militia, but I will train it
Teach me
anyways
something.
because I'm gonna need myself a stronger weapon, just like the mercenary part, because this one just
You've
sucks.
already gotten more
At any rate, guys, this is the end of episode 7, part 2, and I hope you guys liked it. Found it enjoyable to watch, and please subscribe, comment, and like, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.